Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today is a day of tough choices. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go Gold Stake Magic Deck. Maybe it's been a while since you played on the Magic Deck. This boss debuffs our stuff. In the first round, let's go Spades. This flush doesn't win, so we can try to get better spades. Oh well. This is good enough. Close enough, we can follow up with a pair. I don't need the full house. I could just play a pair of eights. That's it. We only need 30 points there. Alright. Now, Steven, Shoot the Moon, Spectral Pack. We could take just the Spectral Pack. Maybe you're trying to get a Wraith. So it's like 1 in 8 chance you get Immolate, 1 in 8 chance you get a Wraith, so maybe. Probably I want to get some Joker here. You can sell the Fools, and that way you can buy either Buffoon Pack or Steven. You can get a Joker and then open the Spectral Pack in case you get an Ankh or maybe Hex. I think I value the Fools highly enough. I'm not going to take the Spectral Pack here. So are we taking the Buffoon Pack? I think probably not. I think Steven and Shoot the Moon are both good enough. You don't need to take a risk on a Buffoon Pack. Now, between the two of these, I think this might upset some people, but I'm going to take Shoot the Moon. I don't normally like taking Shoot the Moon. It is difficult to get more queens in the deck. It is difficult to draw those queens with only 2 discards maybe. But if we start with 2 Fools, as soon as we find a Strength card, we get 2 more strength, we get 8 queens right away. As soon as we find maybe a death card, then you can copy the queens, you can get 6 or 7 queens right away. Or even just the Hung Man, removing cards from the deck so we can draw our few queens more consistently. I think all of those things are great. So let's take Shoot the Moon. Also, Shoot the Moon is compatible, is enabling maybe high card or pairs better than Steven is. I think Shoot the Moon is going to make us more stable more quickly earlier on, and then later on it is kind of a scaling Joker if you add more queens to the deck, maybe. All right, so I guess I could just play a 10 high straight. That's it. Now what? Troubadour maybe is tempting. Extra hand size to go with Shoot the Moon. Extra hand size is better when you have more total queens in the deck. You have more queens that you actually want to hold in hand. I think probably as an Eternal, not worth sacrificing a hand. Maybe. Especially if the plan is to do high card or pairs or something like that. Since we do have the Crystal Ball on the Magic deck, we could take Emperor and get 1 tarot card is probably not worth $3, to be honest. Probably we should just save our money. There's some consideration for taking the early Arcana packs. So because we have the Fools, the faster we take the Arcana packs, the faster we can start copying something, maybe. The best thing to copy is probably Hermit, so maybe we save money. If we don't need to spend, we probably shouldn't spend. Go next. Okay, I just want to find queens. That's the #1 priority. Find queens. I don't have queens here. So we could play the full house. We could discard to find queens. As soon as we find queens, it's over. We play high card is 300 points. Maybe. So let's try to get a queen. We don't get a queen. We could play the full house now. We could play a pair of 6s and try to dig for a queen. I think now I'm more interested in playing the full house because there is a chance we draw no queens at all. So maybe I play the full house here. All right, we do draw a queen. I can play a pair of jacks. 13 molt I think is enough if we want to play a pair instead of 2 pair, maybe. Great. That's it. All right. Wheel. 1 in 8 chance you hit foil, and then you just win the run. That's it. Foil, we win. Could take a wheel, could copy it with the fools. I think I want to save my money. Actually, let's go next. If I know I can survive the next round, then we just go next. Bosses decrease level, okay. So here, the straight we can discard. We have queens now. Probably 2 aces is enough. Now for sure 2 aces is enough. Okay, that's with 3 queens in hand. Even just 1 queen is 13 molt, right? Alright, Faceless Joker is a little bit awkward with Shoot the Moon because you want to hold the queens instead of discarding them, but I think it's possible. Mega Arcana Pack is a little bit expensive, so let's go Faceless and save our money. Go next. Alright, I can start with a pair of 10s, which doesn't win, only 1 queen in hand. I can play a pair of aces. This gets us pretty close to where we can start discarding maybe. The next pair wins, so let's play high card and then the next pair wins. I can discard kings and a jack. I could discard 3. That seems dubious. Probably we don't want to do that. Probably we try to get a pair here. What kind of pair do we want to go for? Could be a pair of 7s is the most likely pair. Though doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. How about a pair of 4s? Could be a pair of 4s, could be high card jack. Let's just do the pair of 4s. 3 queens now, for sure. Alright, so Faceless Joker has already paid for itself. The gelato is really good, even though it's a rental. Let's go Arcana. Looking for Hermie. No Hermie, but we could go Devil. So it could be a gold queen. Okay, if we make a gold queen, I'm tempted to use a fool for a devil and just make another gold queen. I'm tempted. I don't think I will, but I'm tempted. We can take the gelato. Standard pack cost me $6. Do we want to go back in time? I kind of like that idea. Maybe if we go back in time, we don't actually need the gelato. Yeah, so the idea here is if we've got Shoot the Moon, if we do go back in time, another ante's 3 more shops worth of Arcana packs and deck building. I think I want that. So we lose a hand, but I think Shoot the Moon plus the gelato, you don't need that many hands, and then we can get more queens. Give me 3 more rounds, we can get more queens. Let's go next. Alright, do I use a fool to make a gold card? I think not. I think we hold. I think if we play the pair here, the pair wins, so we should discard. I am tempted to sell the gelato. Maybe we don't need the gelato. Tempting. I can discard 3 kings. Alright. Pair of aces, gelato, no gelato. The gelato makes us really safe. And if the gelato makes us safe, then we can do more Faceless Joker stuff more easily. That's the idea. Sure. No devil? Sure. Okay. We could get a tarot merchant. This boss says diamonds are debuffed. Okay. My gold queen? Bummer. Okay, so Runner is probably not what we want. Could go Buffoon Pack. Probably. Madness plus Shoot the Moon is pretty good. I guess you could go Vagabond. I mean, okay. Vagabond's pretty strong. So I guess if you take Vagabond, then Shoot the Moon becomes pretty easy, right? Even though we only have 3 hands per round, Shoot the Moon becomes pretty easy to get the queens with the Vagabond. And Vagabond can give you... You can make gold cards. I think Vagabond wins. I just don't like doing it personally. So let's do Madness. That sounds like fun, actually. In that case, we lose the Gelato. Yeah. I guess we don't have to. We could take a runner and then maybe... Okay, do I want a standard pack here? Maybe save our money, go next. Alright, so we lose the Gelato. We can sell the runner. We can play 2 pair for 1,000 points. Does 2 pair get us 1,000 points? I would prefer if it didn't give me 1,000 points. Okay. Now let's discard. I can discard these faces. I can play a pair of 9s. Are we doing pairs? Seems like we're doing pairs. I guess with Shoot the Moon, you probably want to do high card instead of pair is easier. But in the short term, we're going to play pairs because it gives us more chips. Could be a boot. Actually, we can't because of Madness. So now that we have Madness, we only want Eternal Jokers. So Buffoon packs are much lower in value. Because I don't want to pay for Jokers if they're not Eternal. I could take a Celestial pack here and that gives me something to copy with the Fools. Obviously we want to use the Fools to copy Queens. Maybe get a Death card. Maybe it's greedy to wait. I do like the Tarot Merchant. So if I'm going to take the Tarot Merchant, do I save my money? Maybe I don't want a Celestial pack. Let's go next. Alright, ×2 on Madness. I could discard. Just get more queens. That's it. Play 2 pair. Or pair, doesn't matter. ×2 with Madness. That's it. Alright. Gift card is cool, but we can't do it because we got Madness. We could go Arcana here. Tarot Merchant, yes. Arcana, maybe. We have enough money. Maybe I'm supposed to go Celestial now. Uranus is okay, I guess. Probably not super important for us to do. Maybe 4 of a kind is better. Now we can spin the wheel. We could make a rock. The stone cards are good with Shoot the Moon. But I think I want to take a chance on the wheel. Yes. Alright, now we just win. Alright, I do need to draw my queens. Alright, now we don't have to play pairs. It's just high card, that's it. Okay. We could go back in time again. This boss says face cards are face down. Okay, so I must consider Arcana pack first or Celestial pack first. Celestial pack for, again, Uranus is probably not super exciting. Okay, I could take an Emperor. So, idea. 2s, let's hang him. We can hang him again. Maybe aces we hang him. Maybe. And then I could use the Fool for another hung man. I could go Emperor here. Let's go Emperor. I'm still looking for Strength, Death, Hermit. Chariot, maybe. There's a Hermit. Okay. Hermie, yes. Fool for Hermie, okay. Then... now we're chilling. Alright, 48 cards in the deck. We can go... one more. Alright, this boss... face down cards. We have enough money, we can go one more. Could be Riffraff. Riffraff, spawn 2 jokers and then Madness will eat them. Probably we just go next, right? Sure. Alright. Anyway, we just discard for our queens. And play high card now instead of pair. I think we're going to switch to high card. Okay. Square as a rental. If I didn't have Madness, I would totally square up. But because we have Madness, we won't. 2 Celestial packs. We can reroll first. Hierophant probably doesn't matter. Could be a rock. No stencil. Though, I guess we could take the stencil instead of the Madness, and then it gives us a little bit more flexibility. That's okay. We'll do Madness because it's fun. Yeah, we could take a tower. We could take 2 Celestial packs. We can go one more. Don't need Wily Joker. Don't need the photograph. Celestial pack for maybe 3 of a kind. Whatever the lower ranking one is. Could be Mercury. And then go next. Alright, give me the queens. There's a queen, that's it. I can make a rock. I guess I don't have to, but might as well. Play high card. That's it. Okay. Okay. Arcana standard pack, maybe? We can get another queen. Now we have 5 queens. I guess we could have taken a gold seal. Probably take the queen is safer. Before we go Arcana, we could re-roll. Sure. Banner, we shouldn't. Go one more. Supernova, we can't. Because we have Madness. Supernova plus the square would have been sweet. Alright. There's 20 bucks. So I can strengthen a jack into a queen. I can take 20 bucks. Probably you're supposed to just make another queen. That's probably correct. So let's do that. Even though that cost me 20 bucks. And alright, let's go back in time. So the bus and the banner we don't care about. Base cards face down, alright. So I can play all this. We have no queens. Okay. So if I play this, there's one queen. Alright, so no queens. High card is already 800 points because we have Madness, or that was a pair, right? Yeah. Next round's 3,000. Orbital tags we don't need. There's orbital tag for a pair. Boss is base. Chips and Molt have. Doesn't matter if we got Shoot the Moon. Probably. I want the extra hand size. Probably we could look inside a standard pack, take any queen or steel cards could be good. Otherwise go next. In an emergency, I have a star. But we drew the queen, so it's okay. Alright. High card, that's it. 5,000. Okay, there's an Emperor. We get a death card. So we can copy the gold card. We can take a spectral pack. Familiar for more face cards, could be more queens. I think I'm not gonna do it. I think I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to get cards that are not queens. I could go Aura now and then copy it with Death, or go Death first. I could go Sigil here. I don't think we Wraith when we have Madness. Yeah, maybe we go Sigil here. That could be something, since we got so many cards in hand. I can turn an ace into a queen with a Death card. I could use my other tarot cards first, but maybe it's not important for us to do that. Let's go Sigil here. Or do we want Aura on the queen? I guess it could be Polychrome. Beans. Foil's good. Foil's not bad. So let's go next. Okay. We got the queen. We have some kings here. If you want to play 3 of a kind, I guess we could play 3 of a kind. I think I want to continue playing high card though. Maybe. If we get a supernova, it would have to be eternal supernova, so maybe it doesn't matter if we play high card. It just doesn't matter. 2 gold cards takes us above 25. That's it. Alright. Can't do Michelle here. We could take it. It makes us safer into the boss in case we don't draw the queens. But we got plenty of queens. It's fine. There's a Fool for a Death card instead of Hermie. Okay. And there's Hermie again. Okay. I think in that case, since I have a Death card, I don't like to reroll when I have Death because there's like a 1% chance that you find another Death card. So let's go next. This should be fine. We only have 1 discard. I can play 3 jacks. If we need to make another queen in an emergency, we will. But we don't need to. It's fine. I need more Arcana packs. There's Arcana. So this boss has no repeat hand types. Clearance sale first. Standard pack. I could take a steel card. Seems good. And then there's Fool for Hermit. So could do Fool for Hermit. Could do a Death card and then copy it. I think we do that. So kings and queens, we can go Empress. Copy the queen. I'm passing up on a lot of hermits. I guess if you have the hermits, if you have the money, what are you doing with the money? You hit the reroll button, you get jokers that are not eternal, you get jokers that you can't take anyway. So Death is probably worth 20 bucks. Death is probably the one thing that we need most. Go next. Alright, we got a gold queen that we can copy. So let's do that right away. I guess you could save the Death card for maybe the Steel card. Or maybe wait until we get a Chariot for a queen. Alright. There's a Mercury card. Is probably not something that we care about, since we already had the foil Shoot the Moon. I do need some source of chips. And trying to get eternal jokers for the madness is maybe not realistic. Maybe I'm supposed to take the planet cards as a source of chips. Maybe. I mean, we got plenty of money, so Mercury doesn't really cost me that much. Standard packs, I'm looking for steel cards. I don't want a king here. I don't need any of this, probably. $5, we go one more. Could take a free reroll. I think that's worth it. I think we got room. I don't need the Hierophant. We just go next. Okay. We have 2 queens in hand, so we can play a rock. I'm gonna not use the Mercury card yet, in case we get a fool. I can copy the death card still. Alright, there's Temperance for $5. Is not a lot. So, I mean, we still do it. And I think we take the planet card, so like Mercury is fine. I can hold on to a Jupiter card. We get punished immediately. Bummer. I should have bought Jupiter and then just re-rolled. That's what I should have done. Oh well. Now we take the Celestial packs. I think I still want High card though. Instead of Mercury. Take more Plutonium here. And look for a death card. Let's go next, or we go one more. Abstract Joker is probably very good with Madness. It is another foil, which is very good for us. Could be 6 cents though, is kind of fun. We take Abstract Joker. That's the smart thing to do. Now we have room for one more X-Molt Joker, or maybe with Madness you don't need more X-Molt Jokers. Maybe. Alright, so what hand do you want to play? It doesn't matter. We can play 3 8s. There you go. That's it. 26,000 already. This boss, face down after played. Could be Magic Trick as a way of getting more queens. Seems like we don't need to do that though. Okay, I can sell the planet cards and then take a Priestess. So Priestess here. Mercury is less necessary now that we have Abstract Joker as a second foil. But I think we still do Mercury. We can reroll here. There's a Bean. Temporary, seems fine. We can go one more. Alright, Celestial Pack looking for Plutonium. There we go. And Arcana. Strength. So I can strengthen a 9. I can strengthen my steel card. This steel card is never going to become a queen, but we strengthen it anyway. Unless I want to strengthen 2 9s. Maybe strengthen 2 9s. The Fool is going to make my jacks into queens. Let's go next. Alright, we get rid of the Bean. Okay. I don't need the steel card. I guess I can keep it though. 2 jacks become 2 queens. And now we're good. Now we're invincible. I guess the one boss that you're worried about is face cards debuffed, but we have Abstract Joker plus Madness, so it's probably fine. There's Fool for more strength on the jacks is probably good enough. And then Celestial Packs we can reroll first. There's Hermie. Yeah, Fool for strength is better than could have been Hermie. I'm gonna go Hermie and then reroll before opening the Celestial Packs. There's a Hung Man. That's great. Maybe the Chad. If you take the Chad, you make glass cards, and then the glass cards protect you from the plant. Maybe. I don't think it's necessary to do that. I think instead of the Chad, let's try to get some other kind of X-Molt Joker, maybe. Do Celestial Pack, $6 reroll. I think $6 reroll we can do. Magician, maybe not super important, but it only cost me $2. So let's go 2 Celestial Packs. Earth doesn't matter. Uranus doesn't matter. Venus, I'm just gonna sell it. Take the Magician, go next. I'm 6 on the Madness. So 5s and 4s, we can hang them. I do have strength for, could be 2 jacks, or I could use it on the 10. I think we discard the queen. because I think we don't need it. Yeah, let's go Jack and 10 here with strength. That's fine. I could do Lucky King. I could do Lucky Jack. Play a Lucky Jack. Okay. And boss is face down after played. Okay. I could take the bean here temporarily. The advantage of that is we draw 5 extra cards. If we draw 5 extra cards, we could get a gold card. The bean might pay for itself. Is it worth $2 to draw 5 cards? That's what the question is. Maybe. We get to keep the bean for the round after. Maybe there's an Arcana pack we want the bean. Hierophant probably doesn't matter. 2 Celestial packs. There's a death card. Okay, so Mars. Celestial pack. There's more plutonium. Let's go. See, now that we have the death card, now the bean makes more sense. Let's go next. Alright. And we're deciding I don't want to copy the steel card. I just want to copy this queen. The foil one seems pretty good. What suit bosses have we already had? We already had diamonds, right? So diamonds are safe now. I can play high card king. That's it. Seems decent. With the bean, you could just skip. So skip all the way to the end, and then you get to keep the bean for longer. Baseball card doesn't work. This boss says play 5 cards. That's a little bit dubious, but probably fine. Let's pick up Honu here, try to get more foils, maybe a polychrome. Celestial pack, buffoon pack. Let's go reroll first. Devil makes sense. We could go one more. Alright, buffoon pack's only $4, we might as well look. There's a luchador. We don't get to keep it. Satellite, we don't get to keep it. So that sucks. There's a satellite. Sells for $2. Alright, celestial pack. Plutonium. We have $6. We could go one more. Maybe magician. Go next. Alright. I can turn a Molt Queen into gold is probably fine. Make some lucky cards. Instead of playing high card, let's play a pair of kings. Yes. Okay. 13 queens in the deck. That's almost a third of the deck. There's a celestial pack. We have an arcana pack. Let's go celestial first. For the plutonium. Alright, let's look for some tarot cards. Don't need a swashbuckler. No sly joker. $6 reroll is fine. There's another death card. So are we trying to get the steel cards now, or do we still want more queens? Because a steel card gives you 50% more queens. So if you got 4 queens in hand, then this is 2 extra queens. Or if you got 2 queens, this is an extra queen. Probably steel card is stronger. But I'm going to make a gold card because it gives me money. And I like money. Do that. Alright, $7. Go next. So there's a steel card. And I can play high card king. Which actually doesn't win, interestingly. Okay. There we go. Could be a wheel. Maybe. Mars Celestial Pack. Are we trying to play 4 of a kind at all? Ever? Nah. Probably don't need to. 2 polychromes. Could take Huesos is useful against the boss here. Just in case. Maybe Mercury. Maybe look for another steel card in here. Could be a steel 9, seems acceptable. In the wheel. Alright, go next. So discard all these. Alright. I can play a pair, or I can play high card throwing away a queen. I think I just play the pair. Seems fine. I think I don't need Huesos. There we go. Now I am forced to play some amount of queens. So how about this many queens? Good thing we got that rock. Cool. Alright. Now, this boss, playing hard card sets money to 0. We could take some economy tags, I think seems unnecessary. Saki Busky, no. Oops, no. Okay. Plutonium. Even though the boss says I'm not allowed to play high card, I still want the plutonium. Alright, go next. So, discard whatever. Hey look, some queens. How about high card king? Cool. Alright, 2 Arcana packs. We could reroll. Banner, Mercury. I think we take Mercury because of the boss. I think we check on the Fool. Okay. Go one more. Plutonium's fine. And then Arcana packs. Alright, Hermes okay. That gives me money. I can probably go one more. There's the Eternal Supernova is pretty weak actually. We haven't been playing that many hands. Fool for Hermes. Or could be a Steel Queen, I guess. That seems decent. Go next. Alright. So, how about do it like that? High card king, 2 steel cards, that wins. Okay. Empress, no. Celestial pack. We just use a chariot, right? So I'm looking for a Fool. Mercury, we can hold on to. Star, no. Go one more. Alright, so maybe there's a Fool in here. No Fool, but we get strength. So I can turn a jack into a queen. I can strengthen a 9. That seems reasonable instead of taking an emperor here. So maybe Mercury, strengthen, maybe Celestial pack. So Mars is fine. Alright, we don't need Steven. Go next. I can play a pair if I want. Could be a pair of 4s. Could be a pair of 10s. I play a pair of 10s. I wanted to discard so I could draw more gold cards. Okay. I could play a pair of queens. That should be fine. Couple of gold cards, I guess. Alright. Let's see the boss. Hey, look, Supernova again. This boss is extra rude. So the way we beat this boss is with extra scaling, with extra steel cards. If we want to take a non-eternal Joker, we can take a Joker and then skip to the boss. If there's a Joker that's worth it, we'll see. Banner, no. The Order, no. Hologram. No. Justice doesn't do anything. Alright, so $7, $8. Parking, no. Okay, so I could go death to copy a queen is... Maybe I should have leveled up the 4 of a kind. I guess level 3 4 of a kind is not terrible. Could make glass queens. We'll get there. All we gotta do is draw the steel cards against the boss. We only have 49 cards in the deck, right? I don't need this queen. I can play the lucky cards here. Yes. Play another lucky card. So, I mean, you get the plus 20 and it's a decent amount of points there, 200,000 points. We're close. We're close. Just need a little bit more steel. So, no wheel. Standard pack is only $3. There's a queen, but it's not a steel card. Do we still take it? Ooh, probably we take it. Tower helps marginally. Devil helps not really. One more. Alright. There's a death card for a steel 10, I think is good enough. So let's go stone the 4, spin the wheel, gold queen, and then we make another steel card. Okay, that helps. That helps. Then, I mean, we should probably go one more. Could be acrobat. Could be we skip to the boss and we just go acrobat. That probably does it. Probably. Temperance and extra discard is maybe not necessary. I guess we could have kept re-rolling. Anyway, this is fine. So, alright, I don't need the rock. I am looking for steel cards. A steel card is worth several queens. So we can throw these away. I need 2 steel cards to win. Okay. I need 1 more steel card here to win. I have 3 in the deck. Okay, there's the king. 2 steel plus acrobat. That should be enough. Plus 20, that for sure wins. Yes. Okay. Madness is risky. Madness is not likely to result in victory. Obviously, we did okay here, but Madness is risky, period. What did we end up with? We ended up with basically just Shoot the Moon plus Madness. That was it. That was the combo. We got to take Acrobat there. It was helpful in the end, I guess. Also, I mean, the time travel vouchers, you know, -1 ante. -1 hand is a little bit rough. -1 discard. With Shoot the Moon, you want to be able to draw your queens. So use your discards to find your queens. And then so your hands are of higher quality if you discard and you draw more queens. And then if you have more hands and you get to play more hands, you get to score more points. With Shoot the Moon, every hand kind of scores the same, and so you want to play as many hands as you can. Kind of. The first hand is not going to have as many queens or as many steel cards as the last hand. So as you're playing additional hands, you are drawing more queens, you're drawing more steel cards, you're actually gaining power to where the final hand is the highest scoring one. Sometimes the final hand scores enough to sort of negate all of the previous hands. If you draw, maybe the final hand has so many steel cards that it negates the first hand. Maybe. Or I guess literally we had the Acrobat ×3 on the final hand. Without the ×3, it was still, I don't know, like 500,000 on the final hand. It's still twice as much as the first one. Is alright. So, I mean, we took a couple risks here just for fun, mostly. I don't think it's completely not justifiable. I think Shoot the Moon plus we're playing on the Magic deck. So again, Magic deck, you start with 2 Fools. You can use the Fools for a jump start on the deck building is what we did, and that ended up working for us. You get to the end, you have 17 Queens on the deck out of 50 cards. That's a third of the deck. Probably that's a good enough number of Queens. Maybe the one thing that we were missing was we wanted to have a little bit more chips. We got chips in the form of the foils, so 2 foils plus high card levels, that's 200 chips is a medium amount. It's not as much as if we had the square. Could have had an easy time with the square instead of doing madness. We could have taken some other kind of X-Mall Joker. I don't remember off the top of my head what kind of X-Mall Jokers we saw. But there were a lot of value generators. There were a lot of good things. There was Supernova that we couldn't take because we had madness. That's just how it goes. Alright. Take care, everyone.